5 p.m. recap.
Thank you for subscribing to our channel. Today is Sunday, October 25, 2020. Fox report: 2 Notre Dame students killed, 1 hurt, after being hit by vehicle, school says. 2 University of Notre Dame students were killed and 1 was injured after they were struck by a vehicle early Saturday near the school's campus in Indiana, according to officials. The university said in a news release the deadly incident happened around 4 a.m. at the intersection of Ironwood Road and Bulla Road in South Bend, about a mile east of the campus. The Rev. John Jenkins, Notre Dame's president, said first-year students Valeria Espinel, 19, from Guayaquil, Ecuador, and Olivia Lara Rojas, 19, from Santa Cruz de la Sierra, Bolivia, were killed.
Deutsche Welle report: Stowaway Incident on oil tanker off coast of England. UK military assistance has been requested to deal with a security incident on a ship in the English Channel, British media reported on Sunday without citing sources. Initially reported as an attempted hijacking, the drama, off the Isle of Wight, reportedly took place aboard the Liberia-registered Nave Andromeda crude oil tanker south of Sandown. We are aware and dealing with an ongoing incident on board a vessel which is situated south of the Isle of Wight, a spokesman for Hampshire Police said, according to a report by Britain's Press Association (PA) news agency.
Al Jazeera report: Belarus police fire stun grenades as 100,000 protest. Belarusian police have used stun grenades against protesters as more than 100,000 people marched in the capital Minsk demanding President Alexander Lukashenko resign. The police action came hours before the expiration of an ultimatum set by the opposition: Lukashenko must resign by midnight or face a national strike. Protesters carrying the red and white flags of the Belarusian opposition movement scattered on Sunday as loud bangs and flashes lit up the city's streets after nightfall, videos showed.
Deutsche Welle report: Italy toughens coronavirus measures amid second wave surge. Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte on Sunday signed a package of measures in reaction to a surging second wave of COVID-19 cases. The decree means that all bars and restaurants must close by 6 p.m. local time 1700 UTC GMT. The new rules also mean that cinemas, theaters, gyms, pools and concert halls will have to close. Conte said the pandemic had reached worrying levels, and that tough measures were needed to manage it without being overwhelmed.
BBC report: Coronavirus. Berlin breaks up 600-strong party over COVID. Berlin police tweeted that the fetish party in the capital probably ended unsatisfactorily for the attendees. The venue was too small for the crowd to socially distance, they said. Like many countries in Europe, Germany is battling a rise in infections. Frankfurt has become the latest city to cancel its famed Christmas market. Germany has fared better than the other heavily populated nations in Europe, but Sunday was the 4th day in a row that it registered more than 10,000 new cases.
CNN report: 9 days to go, Biden's lead over Trump is holding, while Clinton's was collapsing at this point. The clock is running out on President Donald Trump's chances for a comeback. He continues to trail former Vice President Joe Biden nationally and in the key swing states with just 9 days to go. But perhaps most worrisome for the president, Trump's clearly behind his 2016 pace. By this point 4 years ago, he was rapidly closing the gap with Hillary Clinton. No such advancements can be seen in the 2020 polling against Biden.
BBC report: Poland abortion ruling. Protesters disrupt church services. The protesters staged sit-ins and held pro-abortion banners, interrupting Sunday Mass at some churches. The protests are considered unusual in a country where the Roman Catholic Church has great influence. They follow a ruling by Poland's top court that ending the life of a deformed fetus is unconstitutional. The ruling by the Constitutional Court closed one of the few remaining legal grounds for abortion in Poland.
CNN report: AOC isn't concerned Biden's opposition to fracking ban will hurt young voter turnout. Democratic Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said Sunday that she isn't concerned that Joe Biden's opposition to a nationwide ban on fracking will hurt young voter turnout, arguing that they will support the Democratic presidential nominee because they are realistic and pragmatic in their vote. I believe that young people right now have a very disciplined, activist mindset, and they are not here with the intent of voting for their favorite person or voting for, someone that they think is perfect as president, Ocasio-Cortez told CNN's Jake Tapper on State of the Union, when asked about how Biden's position will play with younger voters.
Al Jazeera report. U.S. Supreme Court pick often ruled for police in force cases. In her 3 years as a federal appeals court judge, U.S. Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett has consistently sided with police or prison guards accused of using excessive force, a Reuters news agency review of cases she was involved in shows. Barrett, Republican President Donald Trump's third nominee to the High Court, has written opinions or been a part of 3 judge panels that have ruled in favor of defendants in 11 of 12 cases in which law enforcement was accused of using excessive force in violation of the U.S. Constitution.
Al Jazeera report. What the U.S. election means for Iranian Americans. For Iranian Americans, the election of Donald Trump was more than an expression of intolerance and ignorance in the United States. It was an assault on their basic civil rights and the existence of their country of heritage. In the past 4 years, Iranian Americans have been torn from their families, stripped of their bank accounts, and arrested at the border. A continuation of the status quo would make the community an ever more vulnerable minority, especially as the drums of war against Iran beat louder.
CNN report. A hayride ended in tragedy after the driver lost control, killing 1 person and injuring others. 1 person was killed and at least 17 others were injured after a hayride overturned on Saturday night in rural Hancock County, Illinois. A 32-year-old woman was killed in the accident, the Illinois State Police said in a press release Sunday. A green John Deere tractor was towing a trailer with more than 20 people in the back riding on square hay bales, known as a hayride or hayrack ride, when the vehicle lost control and ran off the right side, according to police.
BBC report. Wilton Gregory, Pope Francis names first African American cardinal. The Pope announced the 13 cardinals from 8 nations in a surprise address from his window overlooking St. Peter's Square in Rome on Sunday. Wilton Daniel Gregory, the progressive 72-year-old Archbishop of Washington, D.C., will be one of them. The cardinals will be installed in a ceremony at the Vatican on the 28th of November. Cardinals are the most senior clergymen in the Roman Catholic Church below the pontiff.
Deutsche Welle report. Germany. Thousands protest against COVID-19 rules in Berlin. Some 2,000 demonstrators gathered at Berlin's Alexanderplatz on Sunday to protest against the German capital's coronavirus restrictions, according to local authorities. Berlin police said it deployed 600 officers to disperse the crowd. They said on Twitter that, for the most part, neither minimum distance nor the obligation to cover one's mouth and nose was observed. Pink heart balloons and protest signs could be seen among the protesters.
Fox report. Spain orders second nationwide state of emergency, night curfew amid coronavirus spike. Barcelona, Spain. Spain declared a second nationwide state of emergency Sunday and ordered an overnight curfew across the country in hopes of stemming a resurgence in coronavirus infections, Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez said. The socialist leader told the nation in a televised address that the extraordinary measure will go into effect on Sunday night. Sánchez said that his government is using the state of emergency to impose an 11p.
CNN report. Hilary Duff announces she's pregnant with her 3rd child. Lol, quarantine was fun, Hilary Duff's husband Matthew Coma said in announcing the couple's pregnancy. The couple shared matching boomerangs on Instagram with their own sweet captions. We are growing. Mostly me. Duff wrote in her post where Coma is rubbing her growing belly. This will be Duff's 3rd child. She shares a 2-year-old daughter, Banks, with Coma and an 8-year-old son, Luca, with ex-husband Mike Comrie.
Fox report. U.S. opioid deaths rising amid coronavirus lockdowns, state health officials say. Opioid deaths are spiking in places across the U.S. As states remain locked down during the ongoing battle against the coronavirus, state and county health officials reported this month. While national data isn't available for most of 2020, several individual states are reporting an increase in opioid overdose deaths amid the coronavirus pandemic. Health officials and experts have cited increased isolation and job loss due to statewide shutdowns as possible factors for the surge in drug-related deaths.
Fox report. Border Patrol agent fatally shoots man suspected of human smuggling in Texas. A U.S. Border Patrol agent shot and killed a man suspected of human smuggling in Texas after he struck an agent with his vehicle while trying to escape the scene, federal authorities said Saturday. Border Patrol agents, Immigration and Customs Enforcement officials and the Webb County Constable's office intercepted a tractor-trailer and a vehicle dropping off a large number of people in Laredo around 9:30 p.m.
Thank you for watching 5 p.m. recap. To be notified, you can subscribe our channel and activate the bell.